guys, it's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, it's been a while since the last time I uploaded a video, but at least I gave you fair warning this time. It just occurred to me that, while I'm talking to this woman, I should talk about the ban list for the Battle Frontier, because we're almost done here. And hang on a second. Okay. Oh, okay, I did honestly not remember that, level 50 gave you level 50 and weak moves, and open level gave you level 100 Pokemon with strong moves right off the bat. So, yeah, I honestly didn't remember that. So now we're done with the Battle Factory, and we're on to the Battle Tower, the final facility. But yeah, just to mention the ban list, we got Mewtwo, Mew, Lugia, Hoo, Celebi, Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza, Jirachi, Deoxys, Dialga, Palkia, Giratina, Fiona, Manaphy, Darkrai, Shaymin, and Arceus. That is all the obviously uber legendaries and all event Pokemon as well. Though Fiona is banned for some reason, I have no idea why. It's sort of a running joke, in fact, that the Fiona is banned in the Battle Frontier. And by the way, while I'm at it, I might as well mention that Latias and Latios are both allowed, but only without the Soul Dew. So with that out of the way, okay, just before I get there, there's this guy here who asks me to make some sentences for, just in case someone encounters me in the Wi-Fi battle tower, which was what I was going to get into. Basically, the Wi-Fi battle tower is that, well, in the regular battle tower, the AI uses Pokemon that are chosen from a list of around 1,000 sets. I'm not sure on the exact number. It's what everyone calls me, the judge. It's not my real name. Hey, just like in Phoenix Wright. But anyway, what does he want? Oh, he's the guy who can tell you basically the sum of your IVs. He doesn't give you the exact number, but he just gives you a hint. So, let's see now. Relatively superior potential, that means its IVs are above average, and its best IV is the special defense stat. So that's basically how it works, but yeah, in the Wi-Fi battle tower, instead of using those predetermined sets, the AI actually uses teams that have been uploaded by players like you and me to the internet. So that means if you go in there, expect to see a lot of overused Pokemon that are, for the most part, fully evolved. So don't expect it to be easy in the first few battles. Like in the regular battle tower with, junk like Mac Cargo and unevolved Piplups and stuff. No, that's not going to happen. It's going to be a lot harder than that right off the bat. So basically, this clerk here is explaining to me what the Wi-Fi battle tower is. You'll be battling trainers from around the world. Well, you're not battling the trainers, rather the AI that's using those trainers' teams. And yeah, the room's leader. There is also, some gimmick about being the room's leader, but I never spent too much time on this, and when I did, Garchomps were on every freaking team. That was back in 2007, by the way. But yeah, I can't provide too much insight into that, sadly, because I don't have too much experience with that. Anyway, over there we have the clerk who explains how the battle tower works for tag battles. You can do tag battles with a friend, or only in the battle tower, you can ask one of the stat trainers to do tag battles with you. So you're battling alongside the stat trainers who have a bank of predetermined Pokemon, and then they choose 3 out of those Pokemon, so you fight alongside that stat trainer against 2 trainers at a time. That's basically how it works. And don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure, but I think you can only fight alongside stat trainers that you've actually encountered in the game. So for example, right now I wouldn't be able to go with Buck because I haven't done Stark Mountain yet. Anyway, the Battle Frontier is already done. It took less than half an hour. See, I told you this was going to be a lot quicker than in Emerald, because the place is just so much smaller. Anyway, before we head to Route 225, there's this guy here who who's gonna give me a super rod. Yeah, the super rod in this game can only be obtained in the post-game. Sort of like in Black and White, except in Black and White there's no old rod and no good rod at all. You can only start fishing once you're in the post-game. So, let's get started on Route 225. Well, this is the toll booth, but beyond the toll booth is Route 225. It's a really topsy-turvy route. If you check the map on Bulba Garden, you're going to see exactly what I mean. It looks like a freaking mess, you know, trying to plan your way through that place. It's really, really difficult, so hopefully I don't get lost. I studied the map before I started recording, but even so, I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to manage to remember the exact path that I wanted to take. And as is the case for post-game areas in most Pokemon games, we're going to encounter a lot of Pokemon that aren't in the game's regional decks. We've already encountered a fair few of them in Victory Road and Route 224, but the battle zone is where many of those Pokemon are. Of course, you can always find some on the mainland by using the Poke Radar, by using swarms. There's the Trophy Garden. There's all kinds of way where you can find Pokemon that aren't in the regional decks. And between Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, and in fact between Diamond and Pearl, period, to the exception of Tangela and Tropius, you can find every single Pokemon that's neither a starter nor a legendary. So, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum are probably the best games when it comes to Pokemon availability. Even better than Black and White, I'd have to say, even though there are so many more Pokemon overall, but there are many Pokemon that you can't get at all in Black and White that aren't starters or legendaries. Anyway, with that obligatory banter out of the way, in the last video I mentioned that I was planning on doing a lot of Dream World throughout the week, at least as much as the time limit would allow me to. But, yeah, things weren't that easy. When I did the last video, I was waiting for the registration data to be processed. Little did I know that there was a glitch in the system, and, well, I don't really know what happened, but, according to the Global Link website, there's weekly maintenance on Thursdays. No, not Thursdays, Tuesdays. Sorry, from 3 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. First of all, 16 hours for maintenance? I honestly have no clue what server maintenance does, or even what it is in general, but 16 hours out of a whole week? Isn't that a lot? Now, I know that we're talking about servers where several hundred thousand people. I'm really forgetting a lot of words today. But yeah, where several 100,000 people can be on there at the same time, but still 16 hours? You'd think they'd have the budget to do it a little faster than that. And basically what happened apparently is that, well, they actually opened the Global Link website during the maintenance period, and apparently those who made their Global Link accounts during the maintenance period would have a lot of problems getting on the Dream World. And when I say a lot of problems, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work at all. And I waited for a very long time in order to be able to access the Dream World. When I woke up on Thursday morning and I still wasn't able to get on, I went to see the help files, and they said that the problem had been solved, but if you couldn't get into the Dream World, to send them a help ticket with your name and how long you've been waiting to get into the Dream World, and that they'd try and fix the problem as soon as possible. So, and that's what I did on Thursday morning before going to work, and it took only a few minutes afterwards for me to be able to access the Dream World. I don't know if it's because I sent a help ticket or if it was because of a huge, awesome coincidence, but after that I just closed the help ticket since I was able to access the Dream World all of a sudden, and all was well, and I was able to play on the Dream World on Thursday and yesterday. In for those of you who saw jokes about Fennel this week, but you don't know what it was all about, well, it was because the error message also displayed a picture of Fennel, and the fact that registration data may take 5 minutes or more to process. Oh wow, that Linoon just committed suicide right there, folks. Bad idea, really bad idea. But over at the TSG forums, we were going wild with Metroid Prime 2 jokes and stuff, because this whole 5 minutes that stretch on forever thing is really, really popular over there because of the way the last Metroid Marathon turned out, where it took like 40 hours to beat Metroid Prime 2 because it was a blind run, and Phil would keep on saying that there were only 5 minutes left to Metroid Prime 2 the entire time, so that was sort of awesome to see that joke come back in full force. Warning! If you value your eardrums, turn the volume down now! And have it have nothing to do with TSG. And what? What the hell, game? Seriously, come the fuck on! Did you see what she just said? She said, your Pokemon are so muscular it makes me sigh seeing them. Hello? Bestiality much? Come on, this is an E-rated game. People say that Black and White have some ridiculously awkward dialogue, but I think this line is more bizarre, more creepy than anything Black and White has to offer. Even the hiker on the Ferris wheel. This was just obscenely disturbing. And you know what the worst thing about it is? The only Pokemon she's seen was my Cresselia, and I don't know about you, but I wouldn't exactly call any Cresselia muscular, unless, of course, those moon crescents are actually muscles, but there's no real way to know for sure because I've never dissected a Cresselia. Anyway, before that, I was mentioning about how apparently Gonad found some work, working for the Global Link, but apparently he also appears to have worked a bit on Black and White as well, because, and I'm going to make the obligatory complaint here about, that when I got to the White Forest for the first time, it was already completely empty because I took like 1 month to beat the game. This is a flaw that should not exist. You shouldn't be forced to sprint through the game just to have your White Forest or Black City as developed as possible. In the end, I needed to have my brother help me by going through his Black City using the intro link so that I could get something in my White Forest. But still, come on, I shouldn't be forced to do that. If I take more than 2 weeks to beat the game, I shouldn't be subjected to a completely empty White Forest. Especially since not everyone knows someone with the opposite version and will actually be willing to help out. I was lucky that my brother had Black, because otherwise I would have had an empty White Forest until the end of my days. So, yeah, there's a trainer over there, and I'm obviously not going to have enough time to beat it, so I guess I'm going to take care of that in a choke. See, that is a muscular Pokemon, by the way. Sorry, I just had to. Because, come on, that line, it just blows my mind. I'm going to have to need some time to recover from that one. And I'll see you next time for hopefully the rest of Route 225.